Everything is good while we're on here. So let me just make sure that the sound is good and everything before we get started. The angles is good so we can see the cards, all that good stuff. So we're going to do that. And happy Saturday, by the way, everybody. Um, let's see. I don't know what's going on. This is acting so crazy. Okay. I don't know. Let's fix that. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Everything is on. Okay. The mic is on. All right. So I have 3 piles for you guys to choose from, as you guys can see. Okay. We have 3 piles, and I'm going to put that in the chats so you guys can see what the decks are that I'm using. If you guys are watching this after the live, then you'll see it in the description box what decks I'm using. So, first deck for pile 1 is going to be the Modern Love Tarot. Pile number 2 is going to be the Lover's Path Tarot. And pile number 3 is going to be the Moon Crystal Tarot. So, y'all know I always have to put out a disclaimer, okay? A necessary disclaimer. And I would encourage you guys not to skip the disclaimers that I give you because I give them for a reason, okay? So these readings obviously are general. You can take them as entertainment purposes only. I will be tapping into whatever the energies are. If it's my intention is to tap into any soul connections that you may have, a divine union connection, karmic ties, whatever. I'm going to tap into those energies from your perspective, the person that you are connecting with or believed to be connecting with energy. You may not have a specific person in mind. It could be you're just tapping into your divine union energy, which is completely fine. You're welcome as well if there's something here for you. Some messages may resonate and some may not. Some readers will tell you, and I feel like personally, in my opinion, it's very irresponsible to tell a person that if they hear something in the reading that they don't like, to discard it. No. When is avoidance ever helpful and cool? Especially when you are someone that is working to heal, to better yourself, empower yourself, evolve, what have you, whatever. When is it ever okay to just be like, oh, I'm just going to ignore this? If anybody has ever done shadow work on themselves, they know that the longer you prolong something or try to run from something, the more it pursues you, the more it comes up in your experience until you pay attention. So I am not going to encourage that here. If you hear something that resonates with you, but it's not comfortable for you to hear, you're more than welcome to come back and deal with it at another time if you feel led, or just reflect and sit with it. But I do not encourage you to just be like, oh, because I don't want to hear it, let me click off. Okay. So I'm speaking to those that are spiritually mature, emotionally mature adults here. If you're not, this is not the message or the reading for you. I will not sugarcoat shit. Sorry, but not sorry. So if there's something in here that your spiritual team is reaching out to you to say, if you're asking about a specific person and they don't want to talk about that specific person, they may want to talk about something else or someone else. There's a reason for it. So, you know, you can sit back and listen, or you can avoid it and then you'll come some other way. It is what it is. Okay. Don't shoot the messenger. I say this out of love. If nobody tells you, then, you know, I feel sorry for you. Okay. If nobody tells you that the spiritual journey is not always fun. It's not always rainbows and sunshine. It is not this commercial bullshit that some people have come into accustomed to. It is not that. Okay. It is a beautiful journey, but it's also not for the weak. It's not. So Pace yourself on your journey by all means, taking what you're able to handle at the time that you're able to handle it. But trust, if spirit brings it to your table, your divine team, your angels, your ancestors, whoever it is that you work with, that you walk with, if they're lovingly got your back, they're going to bring up what you need to know. Not what you always want to know, but what you need to know. And sometimes it's not always fun, right? So long story short, some messages may resonate, some may not. Maybe the message might resonate with you whole and fully, and maybe it may not resonate at all. But not because it just doesn't feel good. Like if something is ringing true for you, but it's uncomfortable to hear, it triggers something, it's there to trigger you for a reason so that you reflect, so that you work through it. Okay. It's not to torment you or to, it's not there to make you feel bad. But if there's a wound and there's something that hasn't been touched on or healed, yeah, it's going to sting. That's just what it is, right? If you have a wound, you have a scar, a cut. If you put something on it that's meant to heal it, yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to sting. It's not going to feel good. But that doesn't mean ignore it and it just go away. No. Okay. So long story short, y'all, let's go ahead and pick our piles. So let's start with the decks to choose from. Okay. So if you guys are drawn to pile number 1, we got the Modern Love Tarot. This is what it looks like. This is the imagery, the art. Maybe you're drawn to it, maybe you're not. Modern Love Tarot. That's for pile number 1. Pile number 2, yours is the Lover's Path Tarot. This is what it looks like. Maybe resonate with the imagery and the energy. Okay, Lover's Path Tarot is pile 2. Then last but not least, the Moon Crystal Tarot for pile 3. This is Sailor Moon inspired, or the Sailor Moon Crystal series. So here's the art. You guys may have seen me use this deck before. Maybe you've seen the deck somewhere else. So that is pile 3. Okay. Meditate, reflect real quick. If you're watching this after the live, of course, you can pause it and then come back. But if you're watching this live, meditate, reflect. Don't rush yourself. Trust your first gut, your instincts. Which deck stands out to you? Pile 1. Pile 2 and pile 3. All right, hopefully you guys had time to choose your decks. Okay, so let's mosey on down the road and start with pile number 1. Okay. So, pile number 1, if you guys were drawn to the Lover's Path Tarot, this is your reading, or maybe it is partially your reading, or maybe it's not your reading at all. But, sit back. Hopefully you didn't skip the disclaimer. You listen to it. You understand where I'm coming from. That some messages may not always be to our fancy, but it's necessary. If it stings a little, it's probably because it's something that has not been addressed or healed yet, and it needs healing and tending to, okay, or releasing. All right. So let's tap in and see what the energies are. I could tap into the person that you have on your mind, or I may tap into someone else, or whatever it is that you need to know. Okay. So yeah. Like this video to come back for a reference if it does resonate with you. If you got a journal or a recording device or something, and you like to keep notes and things to reflect and meditate on, that would be good. All right, so pile number 1, let's tap in. Spirit, thank you for your divine guidance, divine wisdom for pile number 1, the collective of those who are here to receive a message. Divine Spirit, that their divine team, Holy Spirit, their angels, their divine ancestors, their higher self, the person whom they are connecting with or asking about, ask permission for their assistance and help from their higher self and their divine team, Holy Spirit, of what it is that will be helpful and constructive to this connection or this energy. Okay, so Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. Top of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you guys could be doing shadow work around inner child connected to your family. Some of you guys, there may be good times that you are reflecting on from your childhood. There's something about this returning back to this space. Maybe a relationship with your father is coming up. Something very healing. Bringing peace, bringing some sort of motivation and encouragement on your path right now. Helping you with direction. Sorry if I keep hitting my mic. Okay. Let's see. What's the energy? Queen of Wands, the Temperance, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. Let's see what else. The Empress in reverse and the Ace of Swords. I feel like you guys are finding your own strength thanks to this connection, or with the help, I should say, of this connection. You're finding your strength. So I'm going to read this side first, because this is relating to your person. And some of you guys might resonate as one side being more so you than the other. Whoever's energy this is, I feel like it's the viewer. That you're finding your strength right now in relation to this connection. It has helped you as a catalyst to be brave in some sense. You guys might be going back to a time in your childhood, something that why you desire the type of connection that you do. It has something to do with your upbringing. It could be like a beautiful revelation that you've come to, something that you've admired about either your present desires. It's like are connected to your mother or your father. You might appreciate their union, their connection, or there could have been a time, even if they've separated at some point in your life, you appreciate that beautiful experience that you had with both of your parents. Could be biological parents, could be adopted parents, foster parents, stepmom, stepdad. You appreciate some type of loving experience. Could even be an aunt and uncle for some of you, your grandparents. It's something that you experienced as a child that it kind of shaped and molded what you looked for in a partnership. And I feel like this person in the past was not very nurturing or very welcoming towards you or to love. This person could have issues with their own mother. With the Empress, they don't know how to relate to the divine feminine. They don't know how to relate to the essence of women, even if they date women or they don't. It's something with feminine energy that they have I don't want to say a lack of respect, because that could be what it feels like. But it's not actually a lack of respect. It's a lack of understanding in relation. Like, I don't know how to relate to this divine feminine. So if this energy is very nurturing, someone that's very patient and graceful and kind, authentically kind, honest, patient, like a mother would be with their child, this person cannot relate to that because maybe they did not have that in their own mother. Okay. So if you embody this Empress energy, this person did not know how to take you. And I feel like this person may understand this, or this person is learning deep parts of themselves where their wounds and traumas are coming from, connected to their mother. So where you might have been leaning for someone to show up how you show up, or show up in a way that maybe your own mother showed up, looking and hoping that someone would show you that same type of love, this person did not. Or you embody this energy of your own mother that is nurturing, that is loving, that knows how to tend to her family, her husband, that shows up for others in a beautiful way that you admire. You might have wanted to show that same type of energy to this person, and they were not available to it. This energy, this rejection, helped make you stronger. This rejection helped you to become stronger in yourself, in your own voice, in your own wants, and your own needs. You've had to strengthen your spiritual muscle in some way, or your heart, or your courage, your confidence. You had to strengthen that a little bit. And that's also come from a one-sided perspective of femininity. Maybe you felt like maybe you kind of only took a certain facet of femininity and didn't really channel the other sides of it, that there's also this bold, this assertive, this courageous, empowering energy that also comes with femininity. It's not just about sitting pretty and cooking and cleaning, and that's not even a representation fully of femininity. That could be a trait that anyone could have, right? So the Knight of Swords, you may be called to express your truth to this person. I feel like at this point where they are, I feel like you guys will be able to maybe have some type of conversation that will bring clarity, because where this person is right now with this connection, it's like they are getting the knowledge that they need about themselves. I feel the Knight of Wands, Spirit feels like whoever is the masculine energy in the situation, Spirit is viewing this person as needing to kind of this is what I'm hearing, okay? Grow some, you know what? You know, they need to grow some. I feel like this person has been very passive with this connection, and whatever this dynamic is, I feel like it could be one of those dynamics that you can't, I don't feel like it's just one type of situation where it's like you're dating or you're not, or you're in a relationship or you're not. I feel like this can be any type of connection where this is the dynamic in the exchange, or has been for a while. With the Judgment card, where you both meet, is like you guys are at this point where Spirit's calling you to move out of a certain chapter or cycle, and this might be a cleanup period, this could be a revelation period, a time where a lot of clarity is coming to you, revelation is coming to you and your person about yourselves and or this connection, each other, the past, the present, and potentially where you see your future. So I feel like there might need to be a decision, and your spiritual team has been calling you to this, calling this person to this. This is like the point where of no return. Like, okay, you've had enough time to go through this cycle in this chapter. It's like, okay, this is the, you know, this is the revelation. This is the book of Revelation. So the book of Revelations to some people is known to be that doom and gloom section of the Bible, or it's the end of the Bible. But revelation just means revealing. So revealing maybe the end of this chapter, this cycle of your life, and what that new beginning looks like, what that Genesis will look like in your next chapter, your next story. And it's funny because there's something with books here. I feel like you and this person have a long-standing history with each other, whether you guys known each other for a long time or you guys been doing this dance for a very long time. And I feel like your spiritual team is like, it's time to turn the page from this exchange of what's happening between the two of you, whether that be the connection coming to a close or an end, or just this dynamic. Like, you guys got to figure this out. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. Pile number 1. I get also too that whoever this dynamic of not being able to relate to feminine energy, or maybe women in general, this person could date women. If this person, whether they're heterosexual or they're same sex, that date women, this person may date the opposite of what their mother looks like. Like, they don't want anyone near close to, and not saying that they should, but let's say like the mother is a certain ethnicity, right? Or skin complexion or something. It's like they try purposely not to date anyone that reminds them of that. So you might be dealing with somebody that is deeper than just like, I don't like to date my own race. Like, it's self-hatred in the sense of like, I hate black people or I hate Asian people, so I don't want to date anybody that looks like me. I'm going to date a Caucasian woman or man or something, whatever. It's not, I feel like it's deeper. It's more so to deal with their own disdain or abandonment towards their mother. Okay. And I feel like this can go the same for, anyone that dates men as well, same sex or heterosexual that date men. But I'm getting the feminine energy. Like, this is about a mother. So it's like, I'm not going to date anyone that is reminding me of this person at all whatsoever. Because this person may not be someone that they respect. Like, they might feel like the mother was, very heavy, strict, maybe someone that they didn't feel safe with, or this person did not respect herself, so they can't really relate. Okay, everybody else can get it thanks to this mother figure. Okay, so you have set loving boundaries, open your heart, 999. So this is to help you set the healing in this, and the lesson right now is to, yes, keep your heart open, but set these loving boundaries. I did a weekly message for this upcoming week on my Patreon where the message was kind of, I kept hearing keep your heart gates open, but from a sense of like, don't just shut everyone out per se, or just expect that no one can get in, but it's like only those who I really trust, those who I trust to enter the sacred space of my garden can come through the gate. But otherwise, I can only relate to you on the other side of the gate and you on the other side, on the opposite side of the gate. And we're just going to have to relate that way unless I trust you and I let you in. Otherwise, you can go. It's kind of the vibe that I get from this. Like, Spirit is saying there's nothing wrong with having some type of receptivity, but in a way where you're more wiser and discerning of who gets to enter these gates. Okay, who gets to enter these gates? Sorry, I was trying to make sure the sound was still on. Okay, so I don't feel led to give a potential future because that's not important, because I feel like at this point right now, you are at a place where you have to make a clear-cut decision of what is best suitable for you in your heart. And I do feel like you are going to continue to be receptive to love. And I feel like you know what you want and you're not going to settle. And that's beautiful. You have a better sense of clarity and direction of what you're wanting. This black horse can symbolize also that book of Revelation. So again, that revealing of truth and closing out necessary chapters and cycles. Like you don't relate to that person who you once were. You've graduated past this energy. So this person, like I said, they're having clarity and revelations and truth. Some truths may hurt. Some, I feel like it's very freeing and very liberating at the same time for this person, why they have related this way to the feminine. Not just you, but any feminine energy, why there may be a criticalness to this. And I get the Spirit saying this person is going to have to step up and become more confident in themselves, more confident in love, more confident in kind of getting out of this stagnant belief system as well, and thinking. And yeah, so that's what I'm getting for pile number 1. Okay, I hope that this resonates and was helpful to whomever needed to hear it. If so, like this video, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you guys also would like your own personal readings, I can go in depth in your love situations. I have quite a few different love readings that I do. Just depends on what you're looking for. If you have any questions, you're not sure, just email me and I'll be glad to help you. So much love as always. Y'all be blessed, be safe, take care. Until the next reading, peace. We're going to turn Mama Empress upright, okay? We're not going to leave her in shambles, in reverse. Okay. All right, now let's move on to pile number 2. Okay. Trying to make sure I don't drop my cards. Okay. Let's get your timestamp, pile number 2. pile number 2, if you guys were drawn to the Lover's Path Tarot, this is your reading. Okay. So we're going to tap in to your dynamic. Hopefully you guys did not skip the disclaimer and you guys had a listen, had an ear, gave it some thought, real consideration. If you guys would like to reference this reading in the future or sit and reflect and come back to it, you guys can always record it, audio record it, or screen record it, save it for later, like it, or get a journal and write down some points, some things to reflect on, things that resonate with you, what have you. But yeah, let's see what your divine team wants you to know. Holy Spirit, please clear out the energy of pile number 1. We send all parties love, light, and peace, and harmony and balance restored unto them. Cover them and protect them wherever they are. Holy Spirit, we close down all energy, spaces, and time that we may have tapped into with pile number 1. Amen and ashe. Thank you. All right. Pile 2. Collective of pile number 2. Spirit, give me some insight and permission to tap into both parties, their higher self, their divine team, for their assistance and help with providing this guidance and wisdom. Amen. Thank you. Ashe. All right. Okay, so collective pile number 2. Okay. Two more. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Desire with Tristan and Isabel. I can't not pronounce her name, but y'all probably know the story of these two. Desire is the Chariot in this deck. Top of the deck is 5 of Arrows, which is the 5 of Swords. I believe that's Cupid and Psyche. I can't remember how to pronounce her name, but let's get it. All right. The 2 of Arrows. Justice with Penelope. I think, let me see, Odysseus, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, is the counterpart of her, Penelope. And then you have Perseus with Prince of Coins, which is the Knight of Coins or Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Arrows, which is the Ace of Swords. Interesting. Pile number 1 in this same placement had the Ace of Swords. Interesting. So I'll reveal these in a second. I want to tap into you and your person in question's energy towards each other or this connection first. So I feel like there's this push and pull. One minute it's like this connection is moving forward, or it feels like it's moving forward. Feels like the other person wants this, and then the other person kind of ghosts. And I feel like the viewer most likely is the divine feminine, but take whatever side resonates with you most. But I feel like the viewer, there's times where when you put a rest on this, like where you just fall back and you're not really thinking about this connection. This person their energy seems to center, meaning like they may not be physically contacting you or in your life at the moment, at present, but like things remind you of this person. You start dreaming about them. You start smelling their scent or something like that. And I feel like that is like for you, an indication that this person's energy is on you, or they're thinking about you, or they're going to contact you soon, or you're going to see them again, or they're going to come back or something. It's like you have this dance with this person, and I feel like it can become very conflicting and confusing at times. And I feel like there's like a little bit of a mirroring energy where when your energy falls back, this person's very confused by it. And some of you might be like, well, why the fuck would they be confused if they're confusing me and they're keeping me in this limbo, they're unsure or whatever? Why would they think I'm just going to put up with that? That could be your logic. For you, I feel like you could be occupying your time and your energy right now. And it's almost like when you do that, this person feels it. So this connection is, for me, one or two things. Either this is a karmic soul tie type of union and connection that's not the real deal, but it has those heavy, almost very similar type of vibes, or this is your person and y'all just got to get past this imbalanced state. Like, is some level of spiritual maturity that has to take place so that you guys stop repeating the same cycle together. It's like once one person gets, like, once you both get the hint of this is what needs to change, this is why we keep repeating the same thing, whether it's that and we come together and we evolve and we, you know, we level up together, or it's like one person gets it and the other person is like left behind, because they're not the person. They were just meant to be a catalyst and a lesson for the other. So I'll try my best to see if spirit will give me a little bit more detail in this energy, because I almost don't want to make it that black and white, because some of you guys, it could be a mixture of, like, some of you watching this could have the karmic dance and imbalance, that this is just a catalyst and someone to learn a lesson. And then some of you will be those that are actually in a divine connection, that you guys are supposed to be together, but you guys have to get past this little funky energy. You guys have to mature past this spiritually. So yeah, because I feel like the person over here, which most likely is a masculine energy, knows the value of this connection and knew that very early on. May have felt and seen that they were not quite ready with the prince. It's like still young, still wet behind the ears, still has a lot to learn, not quite ready to be a king. So it's like you guys could have met each other very young, like in your 20s. You might still be in your 30s. Like there's still some type of maturing that's taking place within one of you, whoever the masculine is, I should say. This person is very aware. You see that crown? They're very aware that they're not quite mature enough yet. And it could be like, yeah, that's true. Like that's a true assessment, a logical assessment, but that does not mean that you're not good enough for this person, meaning this masculine energy, meaning that it's not that they're not good enough for the feminine energy, whoever that is, whether that's you or you are the masculine. It's not to say that you're not good enough. It's just showing you where you're not quite mature within your own journey. Okay. And that's a fair assessment. That's a true and honest, but it doesn't have to be like this doom and gloom or just like count yourself out necessarily. Now, for some of you that are in just like, this is a catalyst, that's it. We learn our lesson and we move on from each other and move on to the, you know, the real connection, the divine connection, whatever. There's still this fair assessment and truth that I still got some growing up to do. I still have to mature. Okay. And not look at this connection as a loss. Like I might not be the one for this person, but it doesn't mean that I'm not good enough or I'm unworthy. It just means it's not meant to be, or I'm just not ready for that type of connection right now, mature wise. Four of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Okay. Yeah. So spirit is like this person. I'm getting two things. Whoever is in the feminine energy, you have to know your worth without this person validating that, or anyone else for that matter, validating that. And that could be your lesson with this connection, is learning and getting towards that point of mastering, like, I know my worth, I know my value, and I won't settle for less. I won't sell it at a cheap price. I won't mark myself down so that everybody and anyone can have me, because it's like you got to know your value, and you are invaluable. You can't be measured in price. Not to say that you're someone that can be bought. You're not someone that can be sold, but it's knowing that you are of high value, in essence of who you are, your character, you know, in the core of who you are. And I feel like this person always knew that. And it's a very heavy thing, because you see this pentacle is very big. It's like, how is he carrying this pentacle? It's so big. And this person feels like what comes with you is so valuable. It is something that they feel like they just aren't able to afford and to have and to maintain. Okay. Which is true. Like I said, this is a true assessment. It's honest. Your value, like this person is going to have to whoever this masculine is, they're going to have to watch you in this energy, in this glory of learning who you are, and they can't step in, they can't do anything about it. They're not supposed to. And for some of you, if this person is not the person that's meant, your true person cannot come in until you master this lesson of your value and your worth, where you're not seeking it, you're not selling yourself short for anything or anyone, especially someone that cannot afford, that doesn't have the maturity level to have a healthy, balanced union and connection, that does not value your time or your energy, your love, your heart, your mind, your body, whatever. They don't know how to show up. And it's not always a person doing this to you because you're unworthy or you're not good enough. It's really to show you that sometimes people know within themselves that they do not have the energy, the capacity, the willpower, the maturity level to maintain a relationship with you, a connection, a friendship with you, whatever. It doesn't have to always be, oh, I'm not good enough and I'm not this. Sometimes it's just people just aren't called to be connected to you in a long-standing connection. Sometimes people just come in for a season. You're meant to encounter. That's just life. You meet people along the way on your journey. Some people stay and some people go, right? And it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Learning to, detach from specific outcomes will take you in your journey far. And what I mean by will take you on your journey far, meaning like you will not hold yourself back or keep yourself stuck in cycles and loops once you understand that some connections are only meant for a season and not a lifetime. And it's not taking away anything from your experience. It's just life, right? You encounter and you experience different things in life. With the Queen of Swords, which is Venus, the planet of love, this is self-love. The Queen of Swords, she's chilling, she's relaxed in her energy, she's relaxed in her environment, but she still has that arrow. So that arrow could be a weapon, or it could be a reminder of love. So I feel like you guys know the truth, or you will. The more you honor yourself, love yourself on this different level, maybe that you haven't come to yet, or that you're learning to come into. And I always tell people, just because you come into a different level of self-love doesn't mean that you don't love yourself. You're just learning to love yourself in different facets, right? So, because love is ever expanding. So you're not just here to love yourself and love people from just one angle and one, level. But when you come to this place, I feel like you're going to have the clear answer on whether or not this is a connection that was for a season, a catalyst, a lesson, alone, and that's it. Or this is the connection that will evolve. But that also not only depends on, it doesn't only just depends upon your decision fully, but also too, like how this person shows up. Because I don't feel like you're in this by yourself, in the sense of this person desiring something with you, desiring you. But I feel like when this connection becomes too much for this person, or they feel like they're not able to handle it, they do run. And it's kind of like they leave you with all of the arrows. They leave you hanging. And there's a reminder. There's something that's going to bring you clarity. As she holds this one arrow, the arrow is here too. There's a revelation or truth that you're going to come to. It's like this dance that keeps happening. Okay. So like pile number one, I'm not here to give you the answer and like, oh yeah, you guys are going to end up together. You're not. I feel like these things, if you pay attention to the message and how it's speaking to you, in a way to take heed to the messages, the assignment, discerning with like what to reflect on, that's going to lead you to where you need to be anyway. So I'm going to pull from this Twin Flame Ascension Oracle deck. Let's see. Whoa. Okay. Trust with 4/4. Ask, listen, and allow. So right now, I feel like your spiritual team wants you to really stick beside them at this time, meaning your divine team wants you to stick beside each other. Because there's something that your spiritual team wants to reveal. So, and it's also things that you aren't asking that they want to assist you and help you with. But you have to also be open to listening to spirit. And listening sometimes, because how sometimes like God speaks, or our divine team, or our ancestors that we can trust speak, does not always have to be in an audible form, not always in an angel number or a dream or something that's, it could be something way more practical, like a circumstance. What's going on in your life will give you the answer, how people treat you, or something that's very practical. And you just have to listen and pay attention and allow spirit to speak openly to you and not be fixated on how it has to come and when it has to come and what vessel or what medium it comes through, but be open. And that also helps with growing in your spiritual walk as well, in your level of connecting with your intuition and your spiritual team, your relationship with your divine team, your relationship with the world around you. You'll be more keen and more sensitive to things when you're more open to how spirit speaks to you. You're not only looking for that entry level that you've always been accustomed to. And sometimes, yeah, spirit will speak to you in ways that you understand, or in a way that okay, I know when I see this, that means spirit speaking to me. Or I know when I see X, Y, and Z, that this is my ancestors or whatever, right? But there's also other ways that they will speak to you. You got to get familiar with those as well. And like your intuition will grow because of it. But right now, lean on your divine team and yourself. Not so much, what is this person going to do? When are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? How do they feel? What are they going to say? Like, don't be too dependent on that. It's okay to inquire or be curious, but don't be too dependent on, because again, the lesson is self-worth and value in a way, but you're not seeking for this person to validate certain levels of your worth and your value. Okay. That is what you are mastering. Okay. All right. So that's pile number 2. I hope that resonates. I hope that was helpful to you guys. All right. If it did, go ahead and like this video, y'all. If you want your own personal reading, I got plenty of love readings for what you're looking for. And if you're not sure what reading will speak to your situation or help you, you can always email me and I got you and I'll be happy to help you. All right. So much love as always. Y'all be blessed. Be safe out there. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Okay. Pile 3. Okay. Last but not least is pile 3. All right, pile 3, you guys. Most likely we're drawn to the Moon Crystal Tarot. You guys might be a Sailor Moon gal like myself, or guy, or you resonate with Sailor Moon, or just, I don't know, maybe just the deck itself. So let's tap in. Holy Spirit, we clear out previous energies from pile number 2. We send each party love, light, and peace, and harmony and balance restored in their energy field. Any energies that may have been open, portals, doors, anything, we close those doors with love. Anything that is not supposed to be in their dwelling space, any demonic forces, dark entities in this space, present, past, future, known and unknown, we bind it and we block it out of their space, and we send them the utmost divine covering and protection. Amen and ashe. Let's go ahead and tap into pile 3. Divine Spirit asks for permission to tap into the energy of pile 3 with their connection or their situation, their person, their higher selves, their divine team, for permission to tap in and for their assistance and guidance in what you want the collective of pile number 3 to know. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. All right. Pile number 3, I feel pretty confident in saying that those of you that are drawn to this, you guys do believe that divine connections have a greater purpose beyond romance. You may feel called to figure out what your calling or your purpose is, or you've been very passionate about making sure that you are on the right path in life. when it comes to your purpose, and not just here, just living and walking, doing nothing. You also may be someone that's still trying to figure that out, but that is something inside of you that you seek. You seek purpose. Okay, let's see. Pile 3. Okay. Wow. Okay, I seen it, but I'm gonna flip it back down. Hey sis. Hey Una. I know. Do you still have the icon? Because you had a Sailor Moon character. The 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And 8 of Wands at the top of the deck. So hey Elsina, hey Una, how are y'all? So pile 3. I'm hearing, I don't know. I'm just gonna trust what I'm hearing. I'm hearing thank your lucky stars. So I don't know what that's about. But anywho, we're gonna see what the message is about. So you have Ace of Cups and Justice, 4 of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. All right. I feel like you guys are pretty confident about, if not this connection, then love. You're very confident that love, a divine love, is going to find you. You know that it's going to happen. It's going to come to pass. You may be confident in a decision that you recently made in regards to love and or this connection. I feel like for the connection, you made some sort of decision. It might have not been an easy one, but this could be a representation of deciding to allow spirit to do its work, do its magic, be receptive to what spirit has for you. It could have been as simple as you saying, spirit, I want whatever, saying yes to your higher spirit, your higher self, whatever. I say yes to whatever is divinely meant for me. I'm open to whatever that is. If not this person, whoever it is, I'm open, I'm receptive. And I feel like that might have broke some type of like karmic cycle or some type of contract to, like repeating the same things, because it's like we can, not to be too spiritual woo woo, but like when I say contract, it's like when you sign your name on something, you're agreeing to the terms and conditions. So like energetically, you can sign yourself into a contract of, let's say a person comes into your life that shows up and shows you that they ain't shit. They don't have your highest good. They don't respect you. You know what I mean? Like anything under the sun that's like a red flag that you should not date this person. You shouldn't get in bed with them. You shouldn't marry them. You shouldn't be having kids with them. All that, right? But as long as you continue in the connection, that is you signing on to the terms and the conditions of that relationship. When you break the contract, that means you no longer agree to dealing with those same things. You're done, whether you're done with the person completely. So there's something in this connection where you agreed to some type of condition, known or unknown. When you say yes to it, you agree to it. For some of you, it could be something beautiful. It could be you're saying yes to the best of what spirit has for you. So you are going to get those terms and conditions that say you're going to have someone that loves you unconditionally, someone that respects you, someone where you both respect each other and love each other, where you guys grow through challenges. You guys are willing to put in the effort even when it gets hard with each other. You show up, whatever the extra conditions are. That could be a beautiful blessing, right? So looking at this person's energy, they are not receptive to a union that spirit has for them. They're not. This person is opposite of where your energy is. And I feel like that could have been in the past, more so, that this person, when love came to meet them, they just weren't open to what spirit had. I feel like this person might have been looking at love from a very surface level perspective. This person may have not believed in the one, or that one person is for them. They not may have been the type that's like, maybe it's not meant for me to settle down, or maybe I'm meant to be with, multiple people, or just, whatever the case may be. And with the Ace of Pentacles, this person could be open to what spirit has for them, in a sense of something that is very tangible, that looks good on paper. So it may not be, I feel like it's practical in a sense. Like, yours could be more on the spiritual side of things. Like, I'm receptive to, I don't want to say like a fairy tale, because that's not fair to say that a healthy relationship is a fairy tale. You know what I mean? Like a healthy relationship, but in a sense of like character, energy exchange. Whereas this person's perspective of like a healthy union is like a house, nice cars or a car, being able to pay bills, live in a nice neighborhood, kids go to a good school. Like, not saying that that's a bad thing, but it's like their perception may be a little one dimensional. And I can see how it could be a pro and con if someone's looking at it like, oh, okay, all you care about is just like a good man or good woman that treats you right. But what if you guys are not stable? What if this guy doesn't have a good job, or they're not able to provide? And you're like, well, love is all that matters. And something like, you're stupid as hell. And then you're looking at them like, well, you're stupid as hell because all you care about is like the material thing, right? But I feel like in balance, if both can come into agreement, there could be a lot of beauty and growth in this, because the water can nurture the earth and help it grow, right? In the right conditions, with a positive perspective, that sunlight, the right environment, it could go well. But I feel like I'm going to see like where you two meet with where your energies are right now. Because I feel like you've made a decision about something. 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. Yeah, your divine team wants you to see maybe where you've been missing out on something, where you have been settling for less than what you deserve, whether it's with this person and or just in general. Some of you guys, you may not have a person. This could just be that you're, open to who your divine is, and you're completely single, and these are past energies. Or this could be your person that you haven't met yet, where they're at. So you guys could be complete opposites of each other. But I feel like the lesson is one or two things. Kind of like what I told Pile 2, where it may not be as black and white. Like, okay, let me put it to you like this, because I'm seeing that there could be like the karmic connection, where it's just a catalyst and where you learn lessons, and then you break the cycle, you break the contract of repeating the same thing in a love dynamic, where you're no longer attracted to those type of energies or connections. It's like, if we can't come to a happy medium with our, with our differences, then this isn't the person, this isn't the connection for me. And it doesn't have to be that my person has to be ideal to everything that I want and desire, but it can complement each other. That could be the lesson, right? Now, if for some of you, this is your person, but it's a matter of growing past a certain cycle and nulling and voiding an agreement to a past type of pattern or cycle or whatever, right? Where two people can come together in their differences and say, this water can definitely help this pentacle or this earth energy grow. If we can work together, if we can do this under the right energies and environment, and with a positive attitude and optimism and divine like foresight, or we can just be pessimistic. We can argue this down, because the right person is not going to be perfect always, but it complements. There's an effort. People think that love is just like this, let's just jump off a building together and, I'll do anything for you. Like this passionate love story. Like, I mean, yeah, it could be that to some degree, or maybe at certain stages, or maybe even in the beginning, but There has to be that practical side that says, I love you, even though this may not be easy all the time. Like, we might get on each other's nerves at times. We might have those hiccups, but I'm willing to work together. I'm willing to lay down my own ego and selfishness and vice versa together. You know, that's helpful to a connection too. It's not always like, oh, we're just going to be so in love and nothing could ever go wrong and this person just, you know, no, that's not real. But it's not real either to say I'm going to settle for less for a person I know is not on the same page with me, that is just, we just can't get along for shit. We can't agree on anything. It only can go one way, your way or my way or whatever. We just, our paths don't align. A person that is intentional about their life and cares about their future and cares about people, cares about their purpose and path, is not able to be in relationship with people that do not share that same passion, or people that don't support that passion that they have. It's like you will feel like your soul will feel at distress and dis-ease in a connection like that. So I feel like your discernment of if this is a connection that has the ability, and not saying like, oh, potential, I see the potential, or I'm hoping for the potential, but like, no, like with what you got right now and the willingness that both of you guys have now, is this something that is worth it? And if there's no willingness, no effort, no drive, no nothing from one or the other, then this is not the connection for you. The Lovers is here. It's all about choices. Because for some of you, this is your person. And for some of you, this ain't the person. And I feel like you know that deep down inside of yourself. You know. Mission-minded. Luna and Artemis, they both are guardians. They're guides. They're messengers. They're protectors. So you guys may be different, but something about how you move is very similar. You can be a guide. You can be a protector. You can be a counsel in different ways. But the mission is very similar. Like, y'all got to be on the same accord with each other in some way. Not saying like you got to have the same profession and the same this, but the intent in life is very similar. It's like that mirror to you that gets you. Like, yeah, I might be a guide and a protector in a sense, like I'm a coach. I'm a football coach or something. And you could be a counselor to children. You know, a protector of children, a guidance counselor, a wise counsel, right? And we understand each other. We both have a passion to be there for people or to help or to guide or be a protector. You see what I'm saying? Like, it could manifest in a different way, but it's still, the soul essence of it is still the same. It's like you guys are meant to spark each other and balance each other out. And for some of you, you will know if this person goes against your passion and your purpose, they demonize it, or they don't want to understand it. It's like you can't force that. You can't force it. Marrying the wrong person or getting to union with the wrong person is one of the most destructive things you can do, because it's like, it could be a different spectrum of how it could be detrimental into your life. Sometimes it will take you out of path and out of purpose and into depression, and take you away from the people that you're meant to help and come across and bless and so on and so forth. Or to where, you know, you might get with someone that's jealous of you. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many layers to this. You know, marrying or dating the wrong person can be very destructive if you're not careful, right? So this decision is like a wise decision, because you're weighing all pros and cons. And it's not just about your life, like, oh, what I want and what's of my highest good, but it's like this person too. And I always tell people this, like, think about it. Some people get in their head about, well, I got to stay with this person because X, Y, and Z. Like, no, step out of that. Not only are you sacrificing your truth, but you're also holding this person up from their truth, or they're holding you back, or y'all both holding each other back from your truth. Because who say that you might be looking for your divine, and you know that this person is not your divine counterpart, but who's to say that they don't have one too? And it's like y'all kind of getting in the way of that for each other. That's selfish, you know? So I feel pile number 3, your decision is a powerful decision. If you made one or you haven't yet, your decision is powerful in the sense of you are either going to null and void repeating the same things over and over again with this contract that you've agreed to. And when I explain the contract thing again, like, it doesn't have to be that spiritual woo woo or that literal, but contract meaning terms and conditions of a situation or a thing, and you signing your name, meaning you giving it your yes, your authority to this contract. Are you really okay with this contract? Did you read it thoroughly? Meaning when you agree to dating somebody, or you agree to getting involved in a connection with a person, knowing the terms and conditions, meaning the terms and conditions don't have to be verbally out of a person's mouth, but how they treat you, how they treat others. What are they about as a person, as an individual? What is their character? You know, you are agreeing to whatever comes with that, right? So that's what I mean by contract. So if you null and void that, that means I no longer agree. I no longer agree with the terms and conditions of being with someone like this. Like, I don't feel like I deserve this. This isn't of my highest good. So it's null and void. It's done. I'm not in standing with it anymore. So you have Sailor Venus as the angel in the Lover's card. So it's funny because pile 2 also had Venus energy in this same placement. So this has something to do with love, of course, but self-love governs this. Like, the love that you have for yourself is going to definitely show a reflection of the partners you choose. Your desire or your passion, your devotion to your path, to your truth of who you are, what you represent, what's your soul essence and signature, will align you with the right person. Even if it feels like it's not right now, it will align you with the right person. Because it's like, I see the potential here in the Ace of Pentacles. It's like, you and this person, I feel like you could see the potential in it easily. But potential doesn't mean guaranteed. So being able to look at the potential and place it on the altar next to what is really going on, like the factual, and what's really going on in the exchange, that will tell you everything. Because your spiritual team shows up in a way that I feel like brings like this light. How do I explain? Like, illumination, I think, is the word I'm looking for, because it will not roll off my tongue, but I feel like it's illumination. It will illuminate and reveal everything that you need to know. So like, when we ask our divine team, or we pray to God or the universe or whatever, and we're like, I need a sign. Is this for me? Is this not for me? Is this my person? Is it not? Blah, blah, blah. And you might be waiting to see like something with their name on the TV screen or some shit, or a song to pop up that reminds you of this person or something, and it could be the circumstances, like the next conversation you have with this person. How did it go? That's your answer sometimes, you know what I mean? Or your circumstances will be the revelation that you need. It doesn't always got to be that metaphysical, and you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be that supernatural all the time. Like, oh, I saw 444, that means we're meant to be together. And it doesn't have to be that. Sometimes it's really just in the most practical way, in your circumstances, that your spiritual team will speak to you. So I feel like shedding light It's like the angel of love shedding light on your situation. Is this my person, or is it not? And I feel like it's down to choices and decisions. Just looking at the Justice and the Lovers card, this is about choices and decisions. What serves the highest good of not only yourself, but the other person you're in connection with? Is it best that we proceed in this connection? Is it in alignment? Is it in harmony? Is it in balance? Or is this unsuitable for us both? Is it best that I free myself and allow this person to go on and live their life? Because Spirit is saying, do not let it slip and let it slide. Don't let your worth or your value go under. Just, it's like you got to see. Seven of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Be mindful of how you move and how you give of yourself. I feel like you're somebody that is very intentional with life. Like you're someone that's very, how do I explain it? Like motivated by purpose and motivated by giving, and you have a lot to give. You're someone that can sustain a lot for others. Like you can be a facilitator for a lot of people. You have it to give. But, you know, at what cost and to what access? The strength is also at the bottom as well. So it's like you have the capacity to handle very challenging situations and people. You can withstand some very challenging things in life. Like you're not someone that gives up on love easily. And maybe others have given up on you easily. You know what I mean? And I feel like Spirit is saying, like, at what cost are you willing to sacrifice for potential? For some of you, for potential. I don't know. Like, I feel led to pull. I want to clarify this section and the Lovers. And then I'm going to close this thing out. Okay? Spirit, clarify this person's energy over here, please. Excuse me. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. You have 7-7 here because you got the Seven of Swords. So 777 could be significant. Something about risks. Yeah. I feel like this person could view you as someone that has a lot of willpower and stamina when it comes to this situation or love in general. You're not someone that's easily defeated. And this person may not fully understand this because they might be someone that doesn't have that same stamina or willpower. And then you have the Jovian of Swords, which is the King of Swords in this deck. You have a very powerful energy that intimidates this person because you have a level of self-awareness and governance of your mind and intellect and wisdom that this person doesn't have or doesn't understand. Hey, sis. Let's see. What's this Lovers? Two of Swords. Yeah, decision. This is about choices. Spirit is saying that you might have to come from a black and white perspective with this. Like being able to see the pro and the con of a situation without involving too much emotional attachment to it. There's something with duality with the black cat and the white cat. And then half of this suit is white and the other half is black. So it's being able to see the pro and the con of a thing, and also being able to see the practicality in something and also the spiritual. And where does it meet? And does it even meet? Do these pros and cons, what outweighs the other, and what's going on in the spiritual and what's going on in the practical? Is there somewhere where it meets, where there is confirmation, or where there is, like, I feel a connection to this person, but in the physical, this person ain't paying me dust. That's not adding up. versus I feel like there's a connection between the two of us. I feel it in the spirit, I feel it in my intuition, and then in the physical realm, this person is trying to get to know me. So there, that will let you know that, okay, this person obviously has some sort of connection to me for real, rather than I feel a connection and this person doesn't even know who you are, or they're not trying to get to know you, or they're running from you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to find balance. There has to be balance. You cannot dwell in one energy over the other. It just doesn't work. So I'm going to leave it there because I'm not going to give you guys the answer. I'm not supposed to. I feel like this is something for reflecting for a reason. Like, you're being called to reflect and make the decisions that you're being guided to make for a reason, and sit with this. Okay. Let me pull one more. I'm going to pull from this deck right here, this Oracle deck. I don't feel like this person over here is open to divine love. They're not. I feel like they're open to love, but it's like kind of like surface shit. What looks good on paper. Where you're looking for something more vast, something more of depth. But like I said, if you both can see eye to eye and like bring two worlds together and be open to both worlds, it can grow into something beautiful. But it really is based off of what conclusion you've come to. Where is your wisdom, your knowledge come to? You have twin flame, 1111 with everything is possible. So you have a divine counterpart. You do. And spirit will never put you in a situation with someone that does not love you back. Your divine counterpart might be someone that won't be always perfect, but again, that agreement to show up for each other will always be there. That's how you'll be able to discern, I feel like, most definitely. The spirit and the practical will merge, right? The pros and the cons, I feel like the cons will be diminished because the pros will be far greater. You know what I mean? Like, it's not compromisable things like that go against your core, your value, your purpose, or your path. That is how you know that you have met your person. Okay. Spiritual growth and evolution is discerning like between our emotions and our intuition. Discerning between signs and synchronicities and being able to decode them and not just run with them. You know what I mean? Like, there's some type of growth and evolution that comes with your journey that helps you to discern more and more who your person is. The more you learn about yourself and how you relate to source and spirit and how spirit communicates, the more discernment you'll have of who your person is, because you know yourself and you know spirit on a level that you have not before. In the past, you didn't know too much about yourself, what you wanted, what you needed, you know, the shadow work, all of that. Like, the more you face yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you show up for yourself, the more you honor your path, seek your path, you're going to naturally connect with your person. It's a given. And be able to discern them. I want to read this card because I feel led to. But 1111, it represents an alignment with your beloved. I don't know which one it is. Let me see. I'm going to go through the glossary. What is it again? Twin flame. 85. Okay, page 85. Okay, so it says, when the twin flame card appears, it indicates that you are in alignment with your heart and that you are prepping to reunite with your divine counterpart. You demonstrate both strength and vulnerability. You have the ability to embrace contrast and duality, wow, and let go of your resistance quickly because you easily find neutrality within your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Focus on accepting all of yourself that creates alignment with all that is, making everything possible. Finding the beauty within your twin flame journey reveals unconditional love for your twin flame as you see the gift that they have given you by helping you find real love for yourself. Stay open to everything and attached to nothing. This validates your faith in achieving the ultimate relationship you deserve. The power of two is greater than one, and you were designed to align with someone on the same soul frequency. Meaning, because people get caught up in their feelings and emotions and don't know how to separate between the two. Like, you could feel like someone's on your same soul frequency just because your mind can only grasp a certain level of consciousness at certain parts in your life, right? Until you grow and evolve or whatever, mature in certain stages, right? So at baby level of coming into the concept of, let's say, divine counterparts. I don't like using twin flame, but let's just say, right? And you go off of the simple mere word of mirroring soul, right? So when you meet someone that mirrors you, instead of discerning, are they mirroring my wounds and trauma, my need for validation or whatever, you go along with that feeling that, oh, there's someone that relates to me, there's someone that gets me. When you get to that level where the soul is involved, your soul, your core essence self is being mirrored back to you, and it vibes in a healthy vibration and a high vibration, that's more so of an indicator that you are connecting with your divine counterpart rather than soul versus trauma bonding. Some people don't know how to discern the difference. And then I feel like getting too much into the spiritual woo, oh, I see this sign all the time, so that must mean, instead of going into why did I see the sign, let me tap into myself, let me ask spirit something, to discern it, we just go along with it. We go down the rabbit hole with no governance, right? So that's a part of learning the journey. Anywho, let's get back into it. So it says, so just hold space for this, but don't worry, wonder or wait. Keep showing up as the love you are every day, and you will soon experience the great love you have found with your beloved. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it there. I hope I was able to help people, get some sort of clarity or something to think about, go within about. I forgot to look at the bottom of the deck, but it doesn't. I think I did in the beginning. It doesn't matter now because I shuffled again. But I think it was Nine of Cups at the bottom and the Eight of Wands at first. So I don't know why I heard Thank Your Lucky Stars. When I first started the reading, that's what I heard. So that could mean something significant. I'm going to leave it there, you guys. Much love as always. Be blessed, be safe. And until the next reading, peace.